So I thought it would be a little easier to go live talking to y'all from my computer instead of being on the game, on the phone, so that I can kind of have a face to face, so to speak, and actually be able to just type back to y'all, and then I don't have to hit, oh, she's ignoring me, and why would she say this and then say that, and I said this, and blah, blah, blah. So I am having lunch. This is my lunch break. Um, okay, no, I'm kidding. I'm not going to sit here and eat in y'all face the whole time. But today's topic is based on companionship and love. So we all know today's dating is definitely not what it used to be, right? And a lot of people make the comment, the dating pool has piss in it, right? So, from my own personal experience, I can definitely say it is not my cup of tea anymore. However, I wanted to know from different perspectives, male, female, different age groups as well, how many people out here would be okay if you had to spend the rest of your life alone? So, and by alone, I mean you don't have that companionship. Yes, you can have sex with whoever you want to, whenever you want to, whatever. But what I mean is like the actual companionship, the love, the support. And so I wanted to read a few of my responses and kind of just get an idea of what you guys think too. If anybody happens to join me in the comments, definitely drop it in. If not, drop it in later when you get a chance to check it out. So I'm not going to read anybody's names, but like I've always told you all, you're welcome to go to my Facebook page and follow me, Yvette J, and you'll see the same stuff that I'm talking about. So one of the biggest things were that some people were just like, it's the lack of being connected to someone, that they wanted to have someone to share their lives with. So if I can't connect to anyone, I couldn't spend my life like that. And what I like what that person said is that they actually have a desire to be connected to someone. Because when we consider dating, and it's like, oh, it's the thing to do. Oh, it's popular to see who can spend the most money on a date, who can go on the most dates, who can dress the cutest, just random shit like that. Who could finesse the most people, right? But when you have somebody that can actually tell you, I desire to be connected to somebody, that's the type of person I would want to be with, because you already know what you want. So I agree with that. And then I had somebody else to say that, and this one was a woman, that they have already learned to be content with themselves, without feeling lonely or becoming bored. So because they've also always enjoyed their own personal space, they could do this. However, on the flip side, they understand the importance of sharing life experiences with someone else, especially when children become adults, and develop their own lives. So more or less during the time where you're empty nesting for the parents. And being with someone who is their best friend doesn't make that loner inside of them feel like their space is being invaded. However, they still say that either way they will be okay. Now, me personally, I'll tell you, for me, it's hard. However, after that abusive relationship that I discussed with you all, I took a very long break from dating and relationships. So, with that being said, I could if it was necessary, but I would not be happy. It would be a really challenging life for me. I said that for starters, I would just be grateful that I had children, because that is something that everybody does not get to experience. So being that I was able to have children, that's great. My house is still filled with love and happiness, doing to a certain extent. However, that romantic side of me, the side of me that likes attention, the side of me that likes romance, the side of me that wants to, as others have said, be connected to somebody, would not do well. Like, honestly, even with my friendships, connection is important to me. So if I had to spend my entire life single, I would not be happy. I would probably, I'm not going to say I would go through depression, so to speak, but it would be really hard to be connected with my friends and family that were in successful relationships. Like things like that would almost be like triggering, like, well, I want to be happy for you, but like, oh my God, what's the problem? And then truthfully, I'll admit that a confidence issue would probably develop inside of me. Like, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find anyone? And why doesn't anyone like me? And, it would definitely turn into something like that where I would definitely start to doubt myself. So some other responses, because I was also seeking more men for feedback as well. One of my male friends informed me, sorry, I'm pulling up his message now. In his situation, he's a single father and he's been single for the last 10 years. And based on what he's done, now he lives with his children, it would be pretty much, hold on. It would be a little complicated to bring someone into that lifestyle. And I can understand that. After 10 years of being alone, 10 years of just me and my kids, now to adapt to somebody else, to put them in our schedule, to put them, just to include them in the simplest things like, oh, dinner now, or let's go out to eat and meet this person. I can see how that could be hard. But also in the last 10 years of him living life his own way, developing a relationship now means that he has to answer to somebody else. So that becomes a problem. And I can also agree with this too, because after being single for a while, you do kind of get like that. Even though I believe in relationships, you don't have obligations, so to speak, but a respectful, right, a respectful sense of respect, right? Is that even possible? But a respectful, a thoughtful sense of respect for your partner. Like now, I'm not obligated to answer the phone for anybody. My phone can ring 1,500 times. You can text me 1,000 times. I respond when I want to. However, with a partner, I do have to still, hey, how you doing? How was your day? I do have to check in. Like it's not so much as, oh, when I make moves and hit the street, I'm doing whatever I want to do. I'm wearing what I want to wear. I'm out here like whatever, when I don't have to consider anybody else's opinion. So I understand that too, that he's saying like after 10 years now, you bringing somebody in that's possibly going to change what we have going on anyway, that's going to put you in a position where you have to answer to somebody now, that could be challenging. So I respected him and that response as well. So I'm actually getting a few more now. Some people, again, would just be like, I'd be okay, but I'm a romantic and would want marriage. So I also like people like that, that's saying like, it's not even about the relationship. I'm trying to go beyond that. And I love that because, today marriage is not glorified like it used to be. Like they're still trying to bring it back out, and by they, I mean like society, the people in our age group, let's say 20s to 40s, right? Even though I know that's not how they're generally broken down. But either way, they're still trying to bring it back on the surface that this is something great to aspire to have. But when we all know you got somebody's married man or woman in your DMs, in your car right now, y'all kicking it together. Hell, both of y'all married and dip off with each other on the weekend, like whatever it is. You have people that are like, and why would I get married? So I like that there are people still there like, yes, I can do that. I want to do that. Now for my own stuff, I'm still on the fence. Do I think I would make an awesome wife? I really do. I really do. I think I'm a dope ass partner in general, just by the way I love, the way I support, who I am. Not just, oh, well, what I bring to the table because I can take care of myself, but I really believe in loyalty and standing on your own 2 feet, right? So if I'm bringing something to you that I feel like I'm looking for things we can both indulge in and develop from. I'm looking at long term with our lives. I'm looking at supporting dreams and visions, but actually putting forth the work. You know what I'm saying? So if you saying like, oh, well, I want to own a car dealership, I'm just pulling some shit out the sky, right? Then I'll be like, okay, I'll be the one that's sitting there drawing up the blueprint. I'll be the one that's like doing research and bringing it to you like, okay, well, now that we got this, now let's see what other people are doing. Let's compare and contrast. Like, and it's just different resources, being a resourceful person, loyal, caring, already being smart. It's a lot of different things. But like I said, I would pretty much be a very dope partner. Communication, I probably have to work on because I'm very temperamental, but I'm very empathetic, and yeah, I listen sometimes. I don't fuck up all the time, but I just told y'all I'm working on communication. But enough about that. Anyway, so the marriage for me is still up in the air because, kind of like what my friend was saying, after being single for so long, living on your own for so long, having to share your space, like I like to clean up a certain way. I like the kitchen to look a certain way. I like my furniture this way. I like these colors, And then now he come in and I like bright colors. He wants dark colors. And he don't wash dishes how I like to wash dishes. And he don't believe in cleaning up as soon as he's cooking. Like, wow, cleaning up during the same process. But I do. So like things like that, I definitely think about. But would I be willing to sacrifice those things and humble myself for the companionship and the relationship I want? Definitely. Because I do look for that support. That means a lot to me. So like when some people were saying, and I'm not knocking them because I wanted everybody to give me all of their answers, that it was as long as they could somebody, it would be cool. That's not all that to me, because fuck you, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You may not be the selected person that I want to hold all night long, but eventually that night's gonna come, right? And then if I'm just kicking it with you, what the parts of me that want to grow and evolve, the parts of me that feel like, well, God forbid, if I woke up sick tomorrow, handicapped tomorrow, who's going to be there for me? 9 times out of 10, the person that's just fucked me is not going to be there to pick me up in those hard times, to support me, to, hey, when my key is going left, he going to help me pull them back right. Just those. So for me, it's more than just, getting a wet ass, right? So that's the best way to put it. But it's more to it than that, because I come with more than that. I mean, technically we all do, but everybody has their own basis on what it is that they want, But I definitely want that person that's going to pick up me, pick up my kids, carry what we got, because that's exactly what I'm going to do to you, So for me, I wouldn't be able to, like I told y'all. And just a couple more before I head out, because I do want to play the game. I do. KJ is sleeping, and as much as I love talking to y'all, I'm getting used to getting back out here and making these videos and stuff like that. I want to play my game. Now I might go live again while I play, because I'm just loving this Marvel season. Marvel season on Fortnite. Like, I'm addicted to it. First battle pass that I've bought in a while. So one of my closest male friends, that's my brother, but I'm not gonna say his name because I didn't get his permission, says it's a toss up for him. He'll know his wife when he see her, and if he don't, in the words of Cisco, I'ma be a player for life. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. Y'all know what these bitches mean from me. Somebody let me know. What these bitches. Okay. So you don't know. No, I'm just playing. You know that song. If you don't know that song. Nah. Anyway. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm goofy. But like he said, he's not going to force anything that's not for him. When you force it, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. And being single ain't so bad. I have people that I hang out with when I want to. I don't have to have one person for the rest of my life. So again, it's a lot of preference, but I would like to go deeper with it. And I love to get some more feedback from you all too, to be like, man, like, looking at it from a different perspective. And then what if I did say, well, let's do the same thing, but now we take sex out the picture. So can you spend the rest of your life now without sex? Because we know sex is that physical and emotional connection, and that will solve a problem, so to speak, or meet that need for some people, but not for everybody. But even still, if we take it away now what do you have? Then one of my cousins, one of my older ones, I love talking to her. She's like the big sister I never had, great advice and stuff. She said she'll be fine either way. She knows the idea of having your forever person is a want. However, being able to slide when and how I feel will always be a blessing. And for some people, I get that. Like, I'm not knocking anybody, because, baby, you better believe when I was out there doing my thing, like my thing was doing, I was doing my thing. I was. Pick up the phone. Yep. All right, cool. I'm finna slide on you. Yep. And we finna go eat. And then I'm finna, yeah. Yeah. But for me, I really think the older I got, the more advanced my life became, the more that I had things like that. I guess more that I had to risk and consider with life, it really made me like, I'm probably going to need more than this. I probably am. And there have definitely been times where I wanted more, but I was quickly satisfied or pacified with the sexual aspect of things. Like I was cool with the friends with benefits situation or whatever. But then, like I said, with the biggest thing for me though, when the shit hit the fan, how many of them situations gonna hold you down? Let me know.